Hello, I'm interested in buying the Unistyle apartment. How much is it?
Hello. Well, it's one.
But why is it more expensive than other apartments?
I think it's the same everywhere due to inflation. Anyway, there's not much better option than our apartment, so you should take it.
How are you doing, Aizat?
Super bad. I can't find any apartments to live. They are so expensive. It's impossible to choose an apartment in Ulsan.
I see. What do you usually look for in an apartment?
It should be a cheap and a quality one.
Yeah, but there are a lot of factors that affect apartment prices.
Oh, seems like you know how to choose apartments. Can you help me, please?
Yeah, sure. I'm actually working in machine learning models that predicts housing prices. I think I can help you to find the best apartment in Ulsan.
Wow, thanks.
So let's start with the housing factors.
Right, I know that recently built and bigger apartments are more expensive.
Yeah, correct, but there's much more to it. Additionally, we need to consider things like the floor that you're living on, or the number of households, or even the brand of the construction company. Also, the location matters. If an apartment has a nearby park or a river like the Teva River, it will be more expensive. The more amenities are accessible to the apartments, the more expensive it's going to be. Sometimes amenities also can give a negative impact on the price. That's why we need to study each factor based on the real data.
So, which factors do you think affect Ulsan apartments?
Based on the uniqueness of Ulsan, we can highlight several factors which are in this table. And for the machine learning model, we need to collect these factors into one database. So basically, all of the Ulsan apartment transactions and apartment information are open source. So we just process it through Excel and some GIS software for proximity information. And there you go, we get a database of last 3 year transactions. And now we can analyze everything.
So now, how do you see the relationship between price and factors?
Well, in many studies, researchers usually use regression models for that. They calculate the positive or negative effect of each housing factor on the price, but they are based on the linear relationship of the features and the price. So it can fully explain the complexities in real-world data. However, machine learning models can analyze non-linear relationships between variables so that the hidden patterns are revealed and the prediction is more accurate. Thus, for my research, I wanted to try several regression machine learning models to see which one performs better when it comes to price prediction and interpretation. So basically, machine learning models can be really good at making predictions, but they often can't explain the results in terms of that humans can easily understand. That is called the black box behavior. It is possible, fortunately, to determine how a machine learning algorithm arrived at its conclusion. This is called interpretability. So for my study, I mostly selected interpretable models.
How about the results?
You can see that the model with the highest accuracy is CatBoost. According to the research, CatBoost is less prone to overfitting, unlike other gradient boosting models, due to its balanced tree formation. It exhibits high accuracy with its default parameters.
Cool. What's the next step?
Now, with all these predictions, the most important part is to interpret them. The very best tool for expanding the result is so-called SHAP. It's a game-theoretic approach to explain the output of a machine learning model. These are the results I got from the models. Seemingly, the age and the area of the housing affects the prediction the most. Now, let's look at this plot. For example, if you look closer at the river and ocean indicator, it can be implied that as the distance of the river or ocean increases, the price also increases. You may wonder, why is that? Perhaps you have noticed that some expensive apartments are far from the water. CBDs are the business centers of cities. In Ulsan, Okton is the most expensive district since it has all the department stores, restaurants, and bus stops. Even though river and ocean can provide recreational opportunities, in Ulsan they are too far from CBDs, so they can give no effect. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, totally.
So let's check out the other factors too. For your information, BCR is a building coverage ratio, and FAR stands for the floor area ratio. As you can see, when BCR gets lower, apartments' price gets higher because there is more comfortable and communal space. Here, BCR of less than 20% has a positive impact on the overall price, and more than that has a decreasing effect on the housing price. Is it clear for you?
Yeah, totally. What about FAR?
Right, look at its graph. There are some critical points to consider. For example, FAR of less than 270% is mainly residential apartment complexes, which are quality ones and therefore are more expensive. However, bigger FAR means it's commercial apartments. Construction companies usually want to sell as many apartments as possible, so they neglect the quality of apartments, so the price goes down. Despite high FARs, some recently built residential complexes are more expensive due to their high quality.
Got it.
Great, so we also see that the higher floor of the apartment increases the price. Apartments after 20th floor tend to be bigger as they are built in bigger apartment complexes, which support more expensive spacious units with a good view of the city. Also, when the floor number is less than 7, it affects the housing price negatively.
Reasonable. Now I understand everything.
Great, that's basically it. This way you can find out about any feature you want. Now you know how the housing features affect the price. So if you want to buy an apartment, you might want to check all the factors out.
Yeah, thanks a lot.